Welcome to the Welcome Arts and Craft Guild Judge Member Show for 2020. This is, of course, the virtual version of the reception. No food, no drinks, no mingling with fellow artists, but we still have awards to give for exceptional artwork, and that's what we're going to do. The mere fact that we're having a show is extraordinary considering what all's been going on. It was great to see so many familiar faces when the work was delivered, although the only thing we saw basically was the bridge of the nose and two eyeballs, but we still kind of recognized who it was, and it was good seeing them. This is our first step towards something I guess we would refer to as normal, so let's get started. Our judge today is Stephen Bleischer. He is the Director of Special Programs and Projects for the Thomas W. and Robin W. Edwards College of Humanities and Fine Arts at Coastal Carolina University. He is a tenured professor of visual arts and was Associate Dean of the college for more than 3 years. Bleischer came to Coastal in 2005 to assume the role of chairperson of the Visual Arts Department. Previously, he was a senior faculty member at the Arts and Humanities program at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. Bleischer received his BFA and MFA from the Pratt Institute. He's worked and taught at New York Studio School of Drawing, Painting and Sculpture at the State University of New York, Brooklyn College, and Marion College. In addition, he has served as Assistant Dean of the School of Art and Design at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Bleischer is an accomplished artist. His artwork included many major collections and is widely exhibited both nationally and internationally in numerous solo and group expositions. Bleischer collaborated as the color specialist with fellow artist and Pratt alumna Jennifer Wynn Ma on Man and Nature and Rhapsody of Light at the Water Cube, a permanent public art installation in Beijing, China. The work combines traditional Chinese philosophy and contemporary aesthetics and digital technology. The lighting installation opened in June of 2013, and if you haven't seen it, it's beautiful. In October 2004, Bleischer's book, Contemporary Color, Theory and Use, was published by Syncage Press and Thompson Learning. It is a comprehensive text on color and focuses on digital color and its relationship to other new technologies as well as traditional color theory. Other chapters include color philosophy, perception, and dimensional aspects of color. Second edition was published in 2012 and contains a new chapter with a focus on global color and multiculturalism. Currently, Bleischer is writing a book on basic design at Oxford University Press that is tentatively titled Art and Design Foundations. It is planned to be the most extensive and comprehensive text of its type, and will include such conceptual thinking as digital color as well as aspects of 2- and 3-dimensional design. The book is scheduled for publication in late 2018, which I assume it's out now.
Actually, it'll be out in January.
Okay, be out in January, something to look for.
Yeah.
Stephen was originally scheduled to do our jury show, which had to be canceled due to the COVID-19 virus, and I was very disappointed that that didn't come off as planned. So, knowing that he would be a quality judge, and indeed he is, we got him to do our members show this year, and I imagine a few people would want to know what he's come up with on this, so I'm going to have him step over here right now and talk a little bit about the show and the prize winners. We won't get to do a lot of refreshments and everything, like I said earlier, but we do have prizes, so I'll let Stephen talk now for a few minutes.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. It was a real chore to get through and look at everything. There was so much good work to look at, and judging it was very difficult. So even if you didn't get a prize, the work is outstanding, and you should feel very proud of yourself as an artist. So I guess without further ado, we'll go to the Rebecca Randall Bryan Best in Show, which went to Midge Ovenshare Connections. It was a really interesting mixed media piece. It had probably the most, in my mind, original voice of any of the pieces here. Very interesting use of materials and the way that everything was put together. I like the idea of the use of type and image, well, not really image, color together, and I thought it was just a really outstanding statement. It was one of the first pieces that when I walked through the gallery just made me want to come back and look at it again and again. So I think that was an outstanding piece. Going down, second place is Spinning and Splashing by Victoria Alger, watercolor piece. This one was more realistic, whereas Connections was really not objective, so that I think balancing those two things were really important. I think too the use of watercolor in this last piece was very well done, a lot of layering, and really gave the viewer a lot to look at and study, and I think that was one of the really great things about it. I'm staring at it right now as we speak. And just the idea that it really worked with the feeling of the water. Water is really hard to capture, so the artist did a great job in capturing all of the light going across the water. So I thought that was remarkable. Third place went to Lingering Light by Sharon Sorrells. That, if I can't remember whether it was oils or acrylic now, off the top of my head, but it had really good light to it, so that that's one of the things that I guess, since I write about color and work with color, I work as an expert witness for court cases on color and copyright infringement, so its use of color was really what captured me, the use of color and light and creating a real mood throughout the piece and a really nice sense of depth. So it had just a really good way of using the color that it worked with, and I think that it was just one of those things that, again, it's one of those pieces I could probably look at again and again. So I thought it was really great and deserved third prize. Getting down into honorable mention, there was a piece called Maine Southwest Harbor by Judith Cole, and I apologize, I don't have my glasses on at the moment. But again, it had a really nice use of the materials within the piece, very different than most of the other pieces. So it was a really interesting application of the different media and building up on one another to really kind of capture that kind of Maine feeling within the piece. So I thought it was really well done. Again, really good use of materials and how it was set up and framed. The next piece, Alternating Leaves by Judy Lyons, was a nice fabric piece, very well done, nice sense of color and a real kind of muted color palette, and then working back in with, it looked like sewing back into the piece to give it some linear aspects, which was also a really nice way of handling everything. Another honorable mention, which was Reflection of Calm, a photograph by Tricia McQuaid, was an excellent photograph, real limited use of color, which I thought was well done, great reflection, and really well composed. So again, it was one of those pieces where there was a lot of detail within it, which I really liked, so that sometimes when people are doing these kind of sunset, sunrise pieces, they try to go for a really soft focus. This one had a lot of detail and was exquisitely done. Then the last piece for honorable mention was Shame on Us by Francine Maybe. And that was an interesting piece in terms of using some of the artist's political voice. And I don't think artists, depending upon their work, should shy away from politics if that's, their thing in terms of how they, their voice and how they want to speak. I thought that was very well done. It wasn't really overt, which I think a lot of people can get into when doing anything political. I think it had a real soft use of the images, repeated images, going all through the piece, and was again one of those pieces where I came back to it and said, one of the things that I liked about it was, again, it was very different. So that having, thinking about what your voice is as an artist, making sure that your statement is unique is one of the things that really becomes important as an artist. So the work was great. Again, if you didn't win a prize, there were so many pieces that could have won. There were just, unfortunately, only a few limited pieces that I could choose for the awards. But again, everyone should feel very confident and happy with the work that they have presented and keep working. That's one of the things that we do as artists and designers, is we're always working. So thank you very much.
I'm going to make one last comment at this point, that the next thing I'm going to do in this video is show the winning pieces with the ribbons, and then I will do an overview of the show, so that, if you're just looking to find out who got the awards, you don't have to go through the whole thing to find out. But I hope you will enjoy the whole show. I think it's a beautiful show, and like Stephen said, everybody should be proud of the work they've done. And so we'll get on to the rest of it.